Hey Cookie followers, I'm Rose the Blogger and welcome to Crunch and Cookie's 1 year anniversary video blog. I decided to do a video blog for our 1 year anniversary because I want people to see the face behind Crunch and Cookies, the woman behind Crunch and Cookies, and get a little bit more personal with my followers. Today we're going to be talking about open relationships. And here with me, I have a few of my sorors and friends, Turquase, Stashana, Nona, and Courtney. So I guess we can just jump right in. So open relationships, what does it mean to be in an open relationship? Anyone want to jump in?
Start in my opinion, to be in an open relationship, I believe that it's something that is done consensually, right? Because both parties would have to consent to being open. If not, you're sort of just a cheater. And we sort of know, and I'm pretty sure most women out there understand that. But I think open relationships is consensually coming to an agreement that we can equally see who we want, do what we want, fuck what we want, sex what we want, without any repercussions.
Anyone else have an opinion?
Does it have to be like just individually seeing other people? Because my conception of what an open relationship also considers the fact that maybe you're both seeing the same person, or just having menage a trois kind of relationship, or seeing.
But is that
long
term or short term? Because that sounds like it could be like a 1-2 time thing, or it could be like
it could be all of those. It could be all of those. It could be very well an open relationship, just mean that you're inviting somebody in to share in your relationship.
So it's like one shared person. But there's also, you were kind of talking about where like there's multiple unshared people.
We do what we do. We can do that.
Do you know about those people, or do you like who they are and meet them, or is it like?
And I think that's tricky. So if there is a technical term, polyamory, and I think people are polyamorous, and they believe that if you have sex with other people, as long as your mate or that person that you are, the main person that you're dealing with knows that you're doing this, it's acceptable. So, I mean, there is that type of thing, but also to say, okay, well, my bae is your bae, that's her bae too.
Yeah.
That's how I
Right. I didn't think about it that way. When I think about open relationships, I automatically think about being in a relationship with one person and both parties deciding to have someone else on the side. It never even came into my mind that way, like, okay, we have a shared person. Is that still considered an open relationship? Right. Or are we just like in a 3-person relationship like D-Ray Davis?
I think that's considered like swingers. Like depending on into what capacity, because there are swingers that meet people, have sex with that person, never speak to that person again, and then there are swingers that have like a relationship with a third person, and they're a part of both of the people's lives, not just one.
I thought swingers was more about switching.
It is. But now, question, is there longevity in what you propose? Is there longevity in a relationship where a person is coming into a steady relationship?
Is there longevity in any relationships?
That's up to the two people that are in the relationship. What are you bringing to the table, and how are you contributing to this relationship being long term? If you're coming in and you're half-assing it, then we're going to have a half-ass sort of relationship.
I feel like any of these arrangements require a lot of work and a lot of open communication. I'm going to venture to say more work than you have to do if you're in a relationship just with one person. It just requires a lot of openness, a lot of conversations about comfortableness with the whole situation. You're going to have to revisit it because eventually something's going to happen that's going to tap a nerve.
So, right? I'm glad you touched on that. So, probably about 8-9 years ago in my relationship, I'm newly divorced, but in my relationship, I was open to having another woman in my relationship. It was more so of a utilitarian type of thing because I was just fucking tired. So I had the kids, and I'm a full-time mom, and I'm a full-time wife, and I'm doing all of these things. And I was like, we need another bitch in this house. So I don't want to crazy.
Right.
And that was just my real. But also I'm a little freak on the side, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I was okay at that place. He wasn't, because he didn't believe that it would be a feasible solution.
Because he didn't want to put in the work.
So did you find a solution for that situation?
I let it go because I think the other party has to be open to it. And I think that for me, he wasn't open to it because he didn't understand. And his brain, he was like, that bitch gonna go crazy. And nobody's gonna be happy and everybody's gonna go crazy.
That's exactly what I think when I think about open relationships. For me personally, not gonna happen, Captain. Not in my relationship. Because number one, I'm a very jealous person. I'm very territorial. Like, this is mine, and I don't like to share. I've been that way since kindergarten. Like, I wasn't even sharing the crayons.
Right.
We don't share, period. But then there's always that chance that that person that you're dealing with on the side, you may develop strong feelings for. And then what do you do with the person that you started out with? Do you leave that person now and start dealing with this other person? Or do you invite this person into your relationship? Like, what do you do? So I just feel like for me personally, to avoid all of that, it's just not going to work. It's going to have to be me and you, unless the two of us decide that we want to play. That's different. But having a whole ass relationship on the side with somebody else, that's not going to work. Because when I go to the movies, you're not about to tell me, oh, Rose, we can't go to the movies because I'm taking Keisha to the movies. Nah, bro.
No, we all go to the movies.
We all go to the movies.
But so on my way up here, on my way up here, I was talking to a guy friend of mine about the conversation that we were having, and I definitely agree. I feel like open relationships is up to the individuals to decide whether that's something that they can handle or not. Me personally, and I use this explanation or this example in the conversation, I'm jealous. I want all of your attention. I think I deserve it. I think that if you're interested in having sex or dealing with somebody else, that's an insult to me. That means that I'm not fulfilling you, to the capacity of what you need.
Absolutely.
So then not only is the open relationships and conversation a problem for me, but you might then go and cheat, and that's going to be an even bigger problem for me, but more of a problem for you.
Okay, so but wait. With that being said, so do we accept the proposal of open relationships as opposed to a man that might cheat behind our backs? You understand what I'm saying? So,
and that's what I'm saying. It's literally up to what you as the individual is capable of dealing with. Some women I've had conversations with, they literally have said, men cheat, deal with it. If you're going to be with somebody, if you're going to be with a man, expect that he's going to cheat and deal with it. For me, as an individual, that's not acceptable to me. And so I'm going to leave that there. So if there's ever a man that's okay to cheat, then you're just not okay to be with me. So with that being said, I also know that I am who I am, but in different relationships, I can evolve into other variations of myself. And so there are some things in relationships that outside of a relationship, I said I would never do. And then I got into a relationship and I did them very willingly, almost to the point where I actually initiated them. So, anal sex. So I don't know the type of person that I would be in a situation where, I don't know, recently light-skinned guys have been my weakness. A light-skinned, bearded man decided that he wanted to love me and marry me, but be in an open relationship or possibly bring in a third party from time to time. That may be my preference. I might be that person to say, okay, and I might live a happily ever after life. So it's really up to how you feel. I think what's most important is, like Courtney said, communication and having guidelines. Like, really sit there and weigh out all the options before you buy a house, before you buy a car, before you make any major step in your life. You weigh out the pros and the cons.
and if you can deal with it.
And if you can deal with it, can I pay that car note? Am I gonna have to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But I also think it's different for every person. Like, you can be with one person and you have insecurities that are kind of built into the relationship already. Things that are kind of just, things that you're just tolerating, right? You don't really feel loved or secure. Then you add another element of that increases all the issues that are already there. Everything has to be kind of smooth sailing,
or on a great path in order for that to be okay and to happen. Because
Otherwise, it's going to disrupt a bad situation, make it even more.
But even if it's smooth sailing and that other person comes in, that person can be disruptive. So you can get a fucking mess. Like you can think you're opening up your legs and your door to the solution, and that person can be a fucking mess. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Like,
all
really
really
bring mess into your relationship. Unnecessary mess that you really don't need because you and your spouse already have your own mess. And we don't need your mess to come in and make it more mess.
Hallelujah.
So honestly, now that I'm 27 years old, I think I'm starting to view life differently. I'm starting to realize that a lot of the expectations that we have for ourselves as African American women were societal views and societal expectations as opposed to our own and what we really wanted to do and what we were really happy with.
Right.
Now that I'm able to separate the two, I'm trying to focus on what I'm really happy with and what I really want from relationships. And I am going towards the path of really not being in a committed relationship ever, but finding, because I personally feel that there's more than one person that you can really get a lot of enjoyment and fulfillment out of. So why limit myself to giving it to one person when I can get it from many people at different points in times in my life? Because as me, I'm ever evolving, as a lot of African American women are. So the person I am today might not be the person I am 10 years from now. And the person I'm with today might not appease that 10-year-old, that 37-year-old.
But how does that work? Do you tell those people that you are dealing with that they are all dealing with each other in that sense? Because I'll tell you why I say that. I went to an event with a person, and I felt like there were people in the place, and I was like, okay, I feel like I slept with like 10 people in this room by degree of separation. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I slept with you, bitch. I slept with her. I slept with him. Because, you know what I'm saying? The people that I slept with these people. It was just too much to mentally deal with.
So I want a husband who is like the breadwinner and I can enjoy extended periods of time with him. Then I want my side boo that's like the latest person, because I feel like my husband is not going to be the drop dead gorgeous man that I need him to be, because I need him to be also faithful, and that kind of don't go together.
So you like stability?
Yes. So he's more so stable. So I'm okay with him being like a 7 as long as he's faithful. But then I'm gonna have my 10 on the side that he's just gonna be a part of my life. Yes, Jimmy, I know you hate him. He's not going anywhere. I mean, Rose. But I think that I need maybe 2 or 3 consistent guys in my life that can appease the different type of people that I am.
But then why call it a relationship?
I would know that
that's like
what they all
you
know
said
about
husband.
Yes, I would let everyone know. And that's why he would not be my husband if he wasn't okay with what was happening. Now, the issue that I'm going to have in the future is I don't want you to have nobody on the side, because I'm the fuck everything you need.
But there might be guys that are
can't have nobody.
No, the other 3. Maybe 1 out of the 3. Maybe 1 out of the 3.
I don't get
Go
that.
ahead, Courtney.
But I mean, I don't get that. Like, why be okay with yourself being okay? I want an open relationship, but you can't have nothing.
I think it's
It is so.
It's a whole relationship choice, though. Just like in some relationships, one person will receive something sexually, the other one doesn't.
Yes.
And they enjoy, and one person enjoys giving something, and the other person enjoys receiving it. But if you flip it the other way around, it's a disaster.
I would enjoy
So it's
Kyle had another relationship.
So
you would
I would.
You would.
I can't do it. I don't even want you liking another bitch pictures on Facebook. Like that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for me.
Listen, I get so much enjoyment when I see his ex text him. I get so much enjoyment.
But you're married.
Like, you enjoying it? That's like the enjoyment before you go ham. Like,
No,
Like the calm before the storm.
no, it's not. No, it's not. It's literally to me like if he went out and had a whole other relationship, I'll be completely okay with it. I'll be fine with it. I would support it as long as I know about it.
So Shonda's husband is actually behind the camera right now. So he's taking in all of this information right now
But
about
it's
it being okay for him
conversations.
to go on
But
the
it's
side.
conversations that we have had. It's these conversations that we've had, and he's just like, nah, you're doing too much. Like, I can have a relationship, but you can't.
What's your sign?
That kind of, I'm a Cancer.
Okay, y'all are cool people. No, well, I just had to know. But, yeah, you're awesome.
Let's not base it on the sign. Because you know, Sagittarius wins Sagittarius.
Fully inaccurate.
Well, like Nashana is saying that she would be okay with her husband going out and having a whole nother relationship as long as, and she would do it too, as long as she knew about it. So then that brings me to my next question. Who usually is the one to bring the idea of an open relationship to the relationship? Is it usually the woman or is it usually the man? I feel like it's usually the guy.
That's my question for Susanna.
Right.
Because it's usually the women, I think. I think the guys are reluctant because
Well, she a whole freak, so
but the question is that why you are okay because that's what you want.
Yeah.
I think,
yes.
first of all, to answer your question, I think more so guys ask the question to have an open relationship, especially the guys that I deal with, the Jamaican men. That's what they want. But I think that women typically they're not the ones to initiate that conversation because it's frowned upon for a woman to be promiscuous in any way, shape, or form. Even in 2017, it's promiscuous for it is objective for any female to be promiscuous in any situation. Now, with that said, I would ask the question because he's not going to ask that question. He's going to think that I'm trying to trip him up when I'm just literally the person that's trying to chill with relationships.
Right.
In general.
See, for me, I could be wrong, but it's just, maybe it's my way of thinking because I'm just not with the whole idea of open relationships. But I feel like the person, usually the guy, who brings it to the table is probably because he's seen something at work that he's trying to get with, or he started talking to someone, or somebody done slid in his DMs, and he doesn't want to necessarily cheat on the person that he's with. So he's like, well, let me run this by her so I can still go be with Keisha over here. I don't know why I keep saying Keisha, but
Keisha's
I don't like Keisha. It's always a Keisha. It's always a Keisha.
Keisha is a real dick. Please.
But I feel like he doesn't want to necessarily cheat, so he's okay, with the open relationship idea, whether or not she is, so that he can do what he wants to do and kind of have like a clear slate, like he doesn't have guilty about it.
In 2017, women think exactly the same way. We really do, and things are moving quickly. Like, it's still taboo for women to, be promiscuous, but at the same time, we're seeing more women in public who are expressing these thoughts openly, without any shame behind it. So I think that our role models are changing. I think that the dialogue that we're hearing is changing. So I think that some women will probably progress more towards asking those questions.
But are they okay with it because they're okay with it, or are they okay with it because they don't want to lose their mate?
If your man came to you, would you be okay?
No.
This I would love to hear. Because see, it's a situation where if my man came to me, and this is his truth, you want to sort of be accepted of their truth, right? Because if you're like, if I don't accept, in a little way, right? You don't want to put up with some shit that you don't deserve. Nobody does. But if that man was man enough to come to me and he was man enough to tell me the truth, I'm more adapt to hear what he has to say, as opposed to him giving me, me finding out some bullshit and him cheating. So is that reasonable?
I'll absolutely hear you, but then by the end of the conversation, go be with Keisha and leave me alone, because it's not going to be me, you, and Keisha. That's just not going to work in my relationship. And I will respect a man so much more if he came to me and told me that he had feelings for someone else or he wanted to be with someone else, opposed to him cheating on me and me finding out about it later on, because I'm a little Inspector Gadget. Let me tell you, I'm checking everything.
But I don't know if saying I want to be with Keisha. I don't even know if he's saying I want to fuck. I want to deal with Keisha now.
But
Then we all
I
fuck
just
it.
want Keisha pussy.
Then we all
That's
fuck
how
it.
I feel like when open relationships are presented from the male perspective or from the male, it's less accepted. When it's presented from the female perspective, it's accepted because it's really what does she want to do. As long as she wants to do it, it's gonna get done. And so yeah, the open relationships that work are usually the ones that women have presented or that women are okay with.
Right.
I, again, would feel insulted even if I was open to an open relationship, I would feel insulted if the man came to me, because then that means that I'm not fulfilling a sexual need that he wanted. I would respect him more if he came to me and said, babe, do you want to try this? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do this first? Instead of just trying to throw in a whole other person. Because there are porns, there are books and things that we can do, we can Google, there are places to go where we can learn each other. But I feel like open relationships, and this is my mindset as far as myself, I feel like I would be very open to open relationships if I was comfortable in my relationship. Right. And I think that's the big issue that men don't understand. It's like, men, you actually can have every fucking thing that you want sexually from a woman, but you have to make her feel secure in the relationship first. You cannot ask her to have sex with a whole bunch of bitches when she done been fighting with you for 3 months about fucking bitches. No, it's not gonna work. Now you gotta go on fucking bitches hiatus for like 3 years before you can introduce the idea to have sex with your girl and another girl. Right. We wanna be freaky, we wanna do all this stuff. Most women don't experience orgasms. 60% of women, period, don't experience orgasms. So if there's something that you can do or we can introduce that will possibly heighten or make us have an orgasm, we're down for the shit. But we're not gonna do that shit. We're not gonna sit here and watch you lick Keisha pussy, knowing that you was licking Keisha pussy without our permission. It's about permission.
Don't come to me already having the bitch in mind that you want to have an open relationship with. Come to me and say, are you okay with this person? Don't come to me saying, well, you know, you have a job.
Whole co-worker and was like, I told my co-worker this, that, and the third. What the fuck are you talking about?
How you planning with the next bitch before you planning with me? And that's another thing, niggas. Don't fucking put anybody ahead of the person that's supposed to be the number one in your life. It's all about security. It's all about comfortability. You, again, can have everything. And I'm sure you can speak to this more because I'm not married. I'm the fuck single. And you kind of can see why. You can have everything you want as long as you're making her feel comfortable. I just want and I know you had something to say, but I just really wanted to bring up this story. When we were on a cruise in August, we went to the Bahamas. It's nothing about this. She mad because it's a pop ass light skin joint that I met. Hey, seriously, we were on a cruise and it was a married couple. They were here to celebrate a bachelor party. But it was an African-American guy and his wife. The guy was so sexy. He was like in his late 40s. The lady, she was a nice looking lady, but she looked like she was. We were trying to figure out how did they end up together. And so we were observing.
She could have been a joint back in the day.
Yes.
You don't know.
Yes, we were observing, and this guy, we were at a club, and we saw this guy flirting with all these young bitches out in the club. We were like, yo, that's trifling. His wife over there, and we just getting mad. It's open bar, so we drunk. We mad. And the whole time after he finished talking to these girls, we see his wife mosey on along, standing next to him, and then they start talking about the bitches that he was just talking to. Because the whole time, and the reason for their fucking happiness is because she's with the shit. This regular ass random bitch with this poppin' ass nigga is letting his old fine ass talk to all these 20 hot pussy bitches on a boat. She is so secure in her marriage that she don't care. She got girdles up to her neck, and she did not care because she knows that whatever this man do with these bitches, he's bringing his love back to her, and that's really what you want to have established before you bring in the open relationship conversation.
I'm not
Yeah.
with that.
I agree.
I'm not
though.
with the shit because
I
I'm
agree,
always
though,
ready to
because
fight.
I feel like that's what
Stay
it
ready.
is. I feel like that's what it is because we have a really good relationship. We're very strong as a couple, and a lot of times we would go out, and I'll go out with my girlfriends, and Kyle will be there, and he will go and he'll dance with other girls, and he'll go talk to other girls, and he'll run back to me, and he's like, "Oh, I just got this girl's number." Da, 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 da. She was trying to be like,
You can dance
And
with
I
her,
was
but
like-
why we slipping her the mask though? I'm trying to understand. Like we
I
got
don't
exchanging
care.
phone
I don't
numbers.
care because guess what happened? The second it happened, he came right back to me.
Exactly.
Period. He came right back to me and told me about it and laughed about it.
Okay, so
That's what it is.
Exactly.
Like I feel comfortable in our relationship, and I also think it's a cultural thing. Like I see him out there dancing. I don't care.
right,
Dance.
dancing is one thing.
That's because y'all be going for your head in a
No, okay. So I'm okay. I'm okay with the culture. I'm okay with the dance, and I am. But as a woman who has been monogamous for 13, 14 years, it is
Bless your
difficult
heart.
for me. It is difficult for me because you know what? In my brain, I walked past the finest of the fine, and I didn't see anybody but my husband. You know what I'm saying? So and I was also the type of person, but no, I didn't like I had tunnel fucking vision. Like it was like the worst.
Listen, I have tunnel vision on Kyle too. It's the only man I see.
But
Emphasis.
no, but that's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. So, I was also and the same token, I was also open to and very open if we would have had another situation that would not have probably included the man. I was very open to it. So it's one of those things where it's like a
Wait, you said another situation that probably would have included another
Yes.
man. So
I would
if he wasn't with the shits with a woman, he damn sure ain't gonna be with the shits with a man.
I wanted him to be with us just with a woman. If he wasn't. So I was open to that. But it was still very difficult for me. So I'm playing both sides of the coin, and it's really hard for me because I don't understand why I feel the way I feel.
Okay.
But I'm very jealous. But I also would have been very open to be
And I
having
think
that
it's the
girl.
honesty
Hold on
of
a
it.
second.
I
Let
think
me
it's
throw
the
something in
honesty
there,
of
though.
it.
I think that it's not necessarily about, and for men it may be about the gender sometimes, but I think it's also about the distraction from the one person that you're with. So for him it wasn't really about, it could be male, female, whatever, but you're no longer focused solely on me. And that might have been a worry, an insecurity. It may have been an insecurity he had before you brought that up. That maybe, or maybe there's other elements of the relationship where
there
he
was
felt
another
challenged or felt like maybe, you weren't
There was some other
on the
shit.
same page.
Trust me, yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel the
Shit
same
went
way.
down.
The same way about women being very secure and comfortable in their relationships. I feel like it is also for the man.
Yeah.
The man has to feel wanted or needed. He has to feel like the protector, the provider. In order for him to give you all of this
He gotta
extra
be
shit.
protected and provided though to want to feel.
No,
like that.
yes. No, we not. That's another topic. Okay, that's another topic, Rose. Let's not talk about the niggas that want shit that don't deserve it. Let's talk about the niggas that deserve it. That's maybe a little leery about asking for it, but we have to then check our strong black independent women selves and realize: are we indirectly emasculating our mate?
That's true.
Are we putting him in a position to feel like after we done bitched and moaned about how he can't change a tire, how he don't know how to save, how his job ain't shit, are we now coming and asking him to introduce somebody totally new into the relationship for sexual purposes, making him seem that he is not only not providing the financial stability and everything else, but he's now not pleasing me sexually?
Wait,
I mean, I'm not even wanting you, like, no.
Well, if he can't change a tire, his job ain't shit. What was the other thing you said? He ain't putting it down right. He don't need to be my man.
But those are all things that can
We can grow
improve
together.
or change. I'm not saying you need to pick at the bottom of the barrel and find the cheapest thing in there and make it into.
We don't put the Walmart
You don't have to
person.
do that, but I'm
Right.
saying that there are areas of your life that are conditional. Your
True,
job is
but
conditional.
age
You can
has
look
a
up
lot to
two
do
men
with it
change
too.
tire.
I'm 30, my boyfriend is 34. So we're at the age where we need to know exactly what the fuck we want out of life, and we need, if we're not already there, we need to be making the steps in that direction to get to what we want. I don't want to be with a 34-year-old man that has no drive, no ambition, doesn't know what the fuck he wants out of life. He's just going to work to get a paycheck, to pay the bills, to wake up and do it all over again. No, we need to know where we're going. See, now 25-year-old Rose is not the same thing as 30-year-old Rose. So I want different things in my life at 30 than I did at 25. Hell, I want different things at 30 than I wanted at 29.
Yeah, true.
So, and you have to find somebody that you are in sync with in that way. You both want the same things. You're both taking the steps. You may know more. In my situation, my boyfriend has a business savvy mind. He knows what he wants out of life. He does the research. He reads. He talks to people. He networks. I don't know shit about business. Ask me to write a blog, I got you. Ask me to write an essay, I got you. But it's like, what I don't bring to the table, he has, and vice versa. I'm the social butterfly. I walk into a room, I'm talking to everybody in this bitch. He may sit down and be quiet, and it takes him a minute to open up to people, but it's like we feed off of each other.
So cute.
So,
I mean, that's
that's how it's supposed to be.
Remember that.
That's the point. Like, you're not gonna be,
Wait,
you're not gonna be
She knows.
in cahoots, you know,
Y'all
and
need to
in
be
sync
sitting on
all
the
the
same
time. But you guys need to like piggyback off of each other and help each other out. And I'm only saying that because of what you said about the nigga job and shit and all like that.
Well,
At 30, figure it out.
Well, and I totally agree, but I also don't think that women should be like, oh, yes, we're in a relationship, but it's your job, that's the shitty one, so you figure it out. I feel like maybe
Help him find that job.
sometimes, and I have a background in like youth development, and I feel like a lot of things are incentivized with people. When you incentivize things, people get it a lot quicker. So if me, baby, you need to fill out that job application tomorrow morning, and next time I'm gonna make you fill out the goddamn job application, then I'm gonna empower you however I feel I can,
Right.
so that I can motivate you to do what you need to do, so that I don't have to want to break somebody
Let
else.
me tell you how
That's
true
not-
that is. I
You know
spoke
what I'm
to somebody who was like, in 10 years, I don't feel like I changed. I feel like I'm still the same dude. I feel like I still gonna bring the same dude type of problems. And in my brain, the first thing I thought about was like, you just got the wrong bitch. So at the end of the day, you may be the same dude, but my dude, trust me, if you over here, you're gonna be alright, because we're gonna uplift you from that dude. You're gonna be okay. So,
But you have to be in a space, and this is for men and women, you have to be in a space to be uplifted. There are some
That is
people
true.
who genuinely aren't in that space. They're not open to new information, they're not open to feedback, and sometimes they're not open to encouragement. Or they're not open to, they're just kind of where they are, they don't want any feedback, and those are the ones that you run.
contemplation phase.
You run. Yeah, pre-contemplation was before pre-contemplation, because that's where some people are. But
So,
Here.
what are the rules then? If you're going to be in an open relationship, you and your partner have talked about it, you've discussed it, you decided that that's something that you both want. It should not be one-sided. It cannot be one-sided, because then I'm gonna be ready to beat a bitch ass. But what are the rules? Are there rules? Can I go out every night and fuck a different bitch, or do I have what are the rules?
No, rule number one, full disclosure at all times. I know everything that's happening. I know who you're doing it with. I know if she got something, if you picked up something that you didn't think that you would have picked up. Like, all things need to be
when it's
discussed.
all bets off.
Whenever you start feeling,
All bets are off when you start spending more time with Keisha than
I don't
you are
think
with
so.
me.
No,
I don't think so. Because
yeah,
I think
all
that
bets off.
a lot of times you can get into even a friendship or whatever. You spend a lot of time with that person, and then you get another friend, or
Yeah.
you get another relationship.
Yeah.
And you think that person is good. You're spending more time with this person, but you're not realizing that this person feels left out. If I'm not speaking up and saying, hey, I want to get more time too. Like, I understand that you are feeling this person and that you're interested in a relationship with this person, but I was here. And if you are interested in pursuing something more with this person before me, then you need to let me know so that I can leave. This is why full disclosure is very important.
You can't be spending more time with her.
I know, that's what
than
my
you
heart
are.
breaks thinking about it. Because imagine if I'm in a situation where I'm invested with my heart. If that person decides they're gonna walk away, my heart is broken.
Or some pussy, or some ass, you gonna leave me?
Right, and
What about everything else that you had?
time, like, I done gave you the opportunity to go out and eat this pussy.
I watch your nasty ass drone.
Wait.
My heart is broken.
Yes.
To answer your question, though, I think that all bets are off when you're talking about feelings and something beyond sex.
Oh, when you have more, when it's about feelings. I think that the sexual part is easier to isolate because you can control when that person's there, when they're not, when you share that. But when you bring in emotions and you share emotions, regardless of gender, I think that's when it really gets tricky. That's when you have to have the conversation: is it open sex or open relationship? I think that.
Well, that's why you can't be spending more time with Keisha than you are with me, because all that time that you're spending with Keisha, whether it be sex or not, you're now developing feelings outside of sex. You're not just over there fucking.
What if you're not speaking up? What if you're not speaking up and
You need
saying,
to speak
hey,
the fuck up.
exactly.
You
So that's
have
what I'm saying.
to.
Like, you have to have full disclosure, because if you're not speaking up and saying, hey, you're spending more time with this person,
Right.
what's going on? So we can have a conversation about it. Then you're going to fall into this trap where he's going to continually to develop more feelings for this person, and more time is going to get more time.
Okay, so you're saying that you can pause it. So you're saying that you're saying that in a relationship you can be the person that puts a stop sign up and be like, you are going no fucking further. You are Frodo. Bitch, you cannot cross this line.
I think at first you need to have a
that,
conversation. I think you need to have a conversation.
Okay.
You need to, if you see it going in one direction and it's not what you signed up for, you need to stop. Okay, pause. We need to have a conversation about this as a couple, as a married couple, as whatever it is. The persons who were originally here, what is happening? This is how I feel. Where do I move from here?
So I feel like what you said was very important. Is it sex versus open sexual relationship versus an open relationship? And I feel like I want an open relationship because I feel that the person that I am and the variations that I can take on may not be able to be handled. Shut up. May not be able to be handled by one specific person, and so I need additional people to, for instance, handle that freak side, that attack that just, maybe my husband may not be able to handle, but he's also providing the stability and all this other stuff that's really great too. So I personally would feel comfortable with being in an open relationship. People may not want that because it's like the jealousy. Oh, you are loving this person. You are, giving your time. You're dedicating time to this person. You're thinking about the future with this person. It doesn't stop at physical. And so I think the most important thing, and I think you touched on this earlier, is communication. Identify, let's take it back all the way to the basics. Let's start with, what is a relationship to you? What is a relationship to me? Let's meet somewhere in the middle and have a common understanding of a relationship. Then we can take it a step further. What do you want from a relationship with me? What do I want from a relationship with you? Like, we have to take, building blocks. And I think people in our generation, we don't understand because we're so hybrid. Everything is fast-paced. Oh, when I get phones or when I get new stuff, I don't read the directions. I just figure it out on my way. And I think that's what we're doing. We're trying to, relationship, okay, I kind of got an understanding of that. Let's just figure it out. No, let's really identify what the fuck it is so that we don't have no confusion. There's no misunderstanding. There's no irreconcilable differences. Let's communicate. And I think we're
A lot of
missing
people
that.
don't like to do that hard work. It's uncomfortable, it takes time, it's stressful, and you really risk being vulnerable in a way you've never been before, being honest and reflecting about yourself and your flaws and your wants and your needs. If you're not comfortable with yourself as a human being, it's pretty damn hard to give that reflection back to someone
to make the attempt at really truly loving them.
So
It's
I think
really
that's
hard to
something
evaluate.
that can be learned in a relationship, though.
Sure.
And it's something that I feel like before you can introduce the idea of inviting somebody else into your relationship, that foundation has to have been built a long time ago, where you are open in what a relationship is, what you want from a relationship, where you see yourself going as a couple, unitedly, like what are the expectations.
But that comes
Overall,
about
and
maturity.
Like even before you can consider, I think that's why a lot of people get messed up when they say, "Oh, let's sleep with other people. Let's open up a relationship to other people," because you don't establish the foundation of that relationship.
And what that
first.
means. Is it open? Is it just open sex or is it an open relationship?
It could be very well an open relationship if you already have the foundation.
I think that is
built.
still, I think that's touchy though, for me. So for me, I think if you give my love away, that's when I hurt.
But you can love in so many different ways. You can love.
No, but don't give none of it.
I don't know. I'm a flower child. I'm a flower child. I feel like love is
But you
like.
can give my dick away any given day of the week. You can give my pussy away any given day of the week. But if you give my love away,
But everybody loves so differently. I mean, really honestly, some people's love is like a warm, wrapping hug. And other people, it's a little more distant and stale. Yeah, and
Like,
but that doesn't mean that the support's not there. That doesn't mean that
But if
they're
you do
not
whatever I consider love.
there.
so what I've recently learned from a person is there's the languages of love. So there's things that I may believe that are my languages of love that may not be your languages of love. And when I did the little assessment, I found that my languages of love are touch. I appreciate touch. I appreciate acts of kindness. And I also appreciate people giving to me. So those are my languages of love, right? They might not be yours. You might appreciate gifts. You might appreciate something else. So if you give something that I appreciate as my language of love away to somebody else, my heart will break.
That's when feelings are like involved. When you start giving away that, and that goes back to spending a whole lot of time with Keisha. You spending more time with Keisha than you spending with me. Now you starting to develop feelings, and it's no longer just about sex. Which brings me to going back to what Tokase was talking about. Spike Lee recently redid.
No,
She's Gotta Have It.
entirely.
Yeah, She's Gotta Have It. This woman, in my opinion, is a freak. She did not like being called a freak. She hated it. But for me, I am a monogamous type of person. So when I see someone like her within 3 different relationships, and can you really call them relationships? Because one person was married and, gave her $10,000. And this one was a young girl who was a bicycle messenger, but was picking her up and, fucking her while he's carrying her around the room. Then she had the pretty boy dude who I'm pretty sure was getting fucked in the ass too.
Yes.
Because he was a little bit too sweet for me. But she had, it seemed like if you watch the whole series though, every time she was with one of those dudes, her personality changed too. So,
Because the other ones often.
right. And then there was a woman too, and I mean when she was with Mars, who was the bike messenger, it was like she was youthful, she was playful, she could like put on her sneakers and a denim jacket and go out. But then when she was with, I don't know what old darky name was, but when she was with him, like it was more. What's the word?
Nola is
It was more reserved. And she's gold for
gold.
you.
She's
So,
gold.
I'm a serial monogamous.
I'm a serial monogamous, and I think that is why. So for 13, 14 years, I have not had another dick in me but one. I have not had another pussy in me or next to me, but in 13, 14 years, right? So I think for me at this point of where I am in this life, I wish I could be that free. I wish I could be that open. I wish I could be that adventurous to. So I mean, you don't want to be a fucking I don't want to let my freak fucking flag fly.
Why not? Guys can do it.
I just
Why
think
not?
you deserve that.
Guys don't do it. I can't appreciate.
They can't do it either.
But they can.
They do. They get away with it.
They get away with it all the time. How many
Then
times?
don't
How
be
many
in a
times
relationship.
guys a girl gets cheated on
But I wish I could at a single place be that. I do.
I've never seen this show that y'all talking about, but it sounds like the vision that I have for my life. Like, this is why I want a husband, like a boyfriend, and I don't know, you're a side nigga, I don't know, whatever. But like, I feel personally, like, again, I'm multiple people, and not like crazy multiple people, but like, I'm a chameleon. I think of myself as like a interchangeable weapon that serves multiple purposes. That's inner fucking changeable. And so
That was deep as shit. I don't know if the wine
but I feel like that a lot about our
reward, yeah.
I think that a lot of African American women we fit so many hats, we have so many, labels that we have to wear. And so, not to knock y'all fellas, but men don't really flex that much. They just kind of like,
What you see is what you get.
yeah. So I'm not gonna stop being who I am, which may be 10 different people, 10 different great people, to appease you because you're one person and you're limited. If we can come to the understanding, if we're in a mature space, if we know ourselves well enough to have a conversation and say, you can understand that woman is God and God takes many forms, and understand that I cannot be limited to one person for you because you cannot expand to more than one person for me, then understand that I need to be in other situations. And as long as we can have that understanding, I don't think those issues that we were talking about before will arise, whether you're giving my love away. Boo, I gave you all my love, and it's still not enough.
Why not be somebody?
I never said a relationship. I feel like do what it is that makes you happy. That does not fall in the constraints of one or two or three things. That is literally pulling, making up, be a non-conformist about your situation. Make up whatever is best for you. But make sure that it really is best for you. Make sure that it really works for you.
And you have a partner that works in this situation. I can't see how that's best.
Let me fuck that. More dick. This is what I do when I have more dicks in my life. Dicks, and more fucking dicks. Because when one dick gets on my nerve, I turn my fucking phone and I go to the next dick house. I save, I protect myself. I make sure that my dick is not fucking a whole bunch of other vaginas. That, we have some limitations.
But that comes from a place, but you have a lot of closedness there.
Yeah.
Like, that's not truly open. You have a field of dicks. But you're truly not open for, I don't know. It still sounds closed. I don't know how to describe it. It's like
reverse.
Yeah, it's like open, but here's a list of 1,000 things that are not supposed to happen.
You're so general that there's no specifics. Like, there's no...
Yes. But at the same time, you're saying that you crave that bond and that stability. And so it's hard to find when, you're juggling in between different... I definitely agree with you. It's hard to kind of nail down one person and really develop something mature. But when you talk about Nola, the reason she's not goals to me is because everything that she did, it was when she invited the women in, she pointed out the fact that everything she was doing was out of instability. She was just going back and forth. She didn't have anything stable when she was with the guy who was all
Wait,
fancy.
was the woman because I want to
The woman is the only one that had everything that the guys had. It's a woman.
There was only one.
I just thought of her friend and she was like, they were friends. I don't know how to go to it.
That's not a person.
Okay, hold on, let me tell you. It was a light-skinned girl who had a daughter.
Okay.
And it was when she had a daughter. She was a horticulturist.
Yes.
Anyway. So she did.
Okay.
But it wasn't until she came along that she really pointed out that these relationships that Nola had with these other guys were out of immaturity and instability. She had a daughter, she had a business. She was like, if you're gonna come in my house and you're gonna hang out with me and my child, I need you to do it at this time. Don't promise my daughter you're gonna come home and read a story and not come. I'm okay with having you. It's okay if she's here, you're here, and she works.
You just touch on some shit, some more shit. Open relationship with kids.
But yeah, so I think that, you really have to be a stable person to
balance all of these things. You can't just be unstable and all over the place.
How do you do open relationship with children? Because I'm a mother of 3, right? I would love to just let my freak fucking flag fly. But how do I do that with all my children in my home?
First of all, these different people cannot be in and out of the household.
Right.
That's number one, because I also have a son, and before I was in a relationship, yes, I was dating. I got divorced 4 years ago, and I wasn't in a relationship until, a few years after being divorced. But I was dating other people. But my son never met any of those people until I was comfortable enough to say that this is my boyfriend. He's claiming me. I'm claiming him. Now I can introduce you to my child. But you're not going to be coming over while my son is still awake or home, and then next week I have somebody else. Not next week. That's too damn close for me. But, the next person you start talking to or dating, now they're meeting your son. And I have a son. So for a little boy to see different people coming in and out of the
Best friend, you're like, your best friend, bitch, so why you sleeping in your bed?
yeah, that's not okay. I had to know, for me, I had to know that, okay, now this new person that I'm dating, I'm serious about them, and they're serious about me, and I can see a future with this person, and I see us being long-term before he met my child, because I just don't want my son to have those type of ideas about his mother, and I don't want him to grow up thinking that it's okay, to have partner after partner after partner. Like, that's, for me, that's not okay.
So do you think that plays into an open relationship? Like, do you think that it's problematic if you do decide you're in a stable relationship and that's your main relationship, but then you have other people and your child is there too?
But that's it. I don't think that the child should know anything about grown folks' business. If daddy is going out to be with someone else, daddy left the house. Daddy didn't go out to be with Keisha. That's not the child's business. When we're in this house together, we are a family. It's me, you, and the children. If we decide that we're doing an open relationship and mommy is going out to be with Tom or whatever, I don't know why I picked the whitest name out there, but if
Tom and Keisha.
Tom and Keisha. Damn. Ain't that also what's the show? Yes. But if mama is going out to be with this person and daddy is going out to be with that person, I don't think that the children should be involved. I don't think they should know
But
what's
if it's a
going on.
long-term thing, and what if they're in all three in a relationship?
Right,
Like, back to your point.
There's this movie that got released. It's about the Wonder Woman, and it's like basically how Wonder Woman, the story of Wonder Woman was formed. And it suggested that the guy who wrote the story, his wife and him had seen this girl, and they had both liked the girl, and they invited her into their relationship, and she never left.
Right.
And they had kids. He had kids with her. He had kids with the wife.
In
And
the
they
same
all
house.
in the same house. And they all lived there. And they all
Well, then they
after
should just
he
move to
died-
Utah where the shit is
after
acceptable.
he died, both women stayed together in that same
That's
house.
basically a polygamous Mormon.
But that is an open relationship, right?
It's an open
relationship.
So I think that people who are polygamous would not necessarily consider themselves in an open relationship.
But
They
they
consider
do
themselves
in a
married to separate people.
Yeah, but
Right.
he didn't consider himself married to
So
them.
with this particular person,
He
it's
was married to
polyamory.
one person, and they invited another woman so that they could enjoy sexually that they
I've
just really
heard
liked as a
So they're
person.
more polyamorous. And even if they are more polyamorous, how do you do that as a parent?
I mean, I think that it's all about identifying what type of situation you're in. Are you in a sexual open relationship, or are you in an open relationship with intimate, yeah. And if you're in a sexual relationship, like Rose said, mind your business, you're a child, you don't even need to know about any of this stuff that's going on, stay in your room. If it's a relationship, how would you act if it was a monogamous relationship? You would, at some point in time when you feel comfortable, introduce your child to that person. And I'm all for like revolution and being like these new type of age people that we millennials are. And if that's something that you want to do, I don't think that if that's a truth for you, you should hide that from your child. I think that the more open that we are about the different types of lifestyles that people live and that society, have, then our children become more open to different lifestyles, and they're not so judgmental and so one-minded. So that might be a situation that if this is somebody that you plan to love for a long term, you should ease that conversation in with your child and explain to them, make it a learning lesson, explain to them what it is and how it's okay and how you are free to make your own decisions as long as you're not hurting people. So,
And you're healthy.
and you're right, and you're healthy, and you're safe.
Listen, if Kyla says that he wants his 10 kids, he about to have like 3 or 4.
But who does open relationships work for more? Is it the younger couples who are still trying to, sow their raw oats and stick their dicks into everything and fuck everything?
See, hold on, just ask the
Or
question.
is it more beneficial for older people that maybe have been together for a while and now they want to introduce something new into their relationship? Who is benefiting more? Who is doing it more?
Mature people benefit better.
Anybody, mature individually and mature in your relationship.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I think if you do it at if you do it at a young age, you're having an open sexual relationship.
Right.
You're not having an open.
We're just confused
Exactly.
about whether it is sex or a relationship.
It's
You're not at the point where
It's definitely it's not open sex.
But you're not at the point where you're able to define things. I think we gotta look at the generational relationship problems. Like younger generation, their problems are usually infidelity. It's confusion, not being able to, they're not mature, they're not able to understand who they are, so they can't be who someone else needs them to be. For the older generation, it's financial problem, you can't get it up no more, you're too tired.
But I'm saying
And that's fine too, that syndrome. They need to have some spice in their life, midlife crisis, all of that type of shit. So in both generations, an open relationship can be mutually beneficial. It's just about, like you said, the maturity level and how you approach the situation.
True.
And not feeling threatened.
Right. So I think it's older maturity.
That's all part of maturity.
It is about maturity and it is about your relationship, but at any point, a mature person could develop a feeling that they're threatened. It doesn't, you can't talk it out, you can't love it out. It's like a switch flips. Just like when you see somebody that you've been best friends with and you love dearly and something happens and you have a falling out. That's not saying that, shit happens. Life happens and you change and you grow. And sometimes something that was okay 10 months ago is not okay today.
So do you
something that happens?
To jump back, you had said earlier, somebody had said earlier, if you are in this open relationship and somebody catches feelings or whatever, that's when the line drops or whatever. I think that, and you would be hurt. Yes, you had said that you would be hurt. And I think that an important thing for me personally is if we do decide that we're going to have this open relationship and we've moved forward and at some point I start feeling jealous or whatever it is or insecure in our relationship, if you tell me that you want to be with this person or you're not open to listening to what I have to say about how I'm feeling and you don't recognize that, then bounce. That's personally just how I feel. I'm not going to get butthurt about it. If we can talk about it and you can say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize, I thought you were okay, I thought we were doing this fine, let's readjust and see where we stand. I put this on pause, we'll reevaluate. But the second you decide, oh no, well, I didn't see it like that, I'm good with how things are, then bounce. And I'm not going to be butthurt about it because you have lost that respect for me and our relationship. Right. It's time for me to move on too, and that's fine.
So I
think that's how I personally feel because I don't get butthurt about relationships.
No, I agree. I agree. So I'm the same way until I am now newly single. And as a newly single person, I'm
fuck, I should have maybe stayed in my marriage. Like, this single life, who the fuck wants this shit? Like, I have to reevaluate how I really feel about the longevity of relationships that I am in and what I decide to embrace, what I decide to negotiate, what I decide to stay on with, and what I decide to let go. And though I believe I left with good reason, there's probably some things I would juggle and would renegotiate or probably would reconsider. Because single life is a fucking pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to easily just throw away relationships.
Right.
And that's even friendship. That's, I think it's all encompasses. So I'm the same person though. And I have been that same person. I have been really easily like, fuck you. Like, I'm giving the people's elbow to everybody. Like, nigga, fuck out of here.
Suck it.
Like, I've been that person. Until I realized how important it is, and how lonely it feels to be lonely.
I think as Black women, though, we've been kind of trained to be so strong. And I think that a lot, nowadays, we're kind of getting to our breaking point with being the only one that's interested in being strong, or the one that's expected to be strong. So we're getting really tired with that. And I don't know that the male population has been responsive to that. Like, we totally ignored the fact, as we talk about open relationships, that a lot of relationships these days don't work anyway. Monogamous relationships are not working. And you're talking, when we're talking about someone who's mature enough to add a third or fourth or 10th person, right? We're talking about 2% of the population. Versus Shauna, 10, 20, whatever. Yeah, like we're really talking about a small percentage of the population. Because a lot of people, there's a lot of hurt out there. There's a lot of bad things happening in relationships. There's a lot of sexual abuse in relationships. There's a lot of elements, emotional abuse, sexual abuse. And I consider it sexual abuse when you go outside of a relationship and you don't use protection. And you're not disclosing everything about your sexual history. There's so much of that stuff out there. And so when you talk about an open relationship, there's like thousands of things that need to happen first. And really, most people will never get there because they're not at that place. They might not ever be that involved.
I agree, and right before you make that statement, I was going to say, before I think about getting into an open relationship, I would have to be secure with myself, and then I would have to be secure in the monogamous relationship before I introduce other people. If I'm already having beef with you, I'm not about to bring Keisha and have to fuck both of y'all up. That is dumb. That is not, it's not for your sake. Right. And you know Keisha got 12 brothers. That's girl bullshit. Yeah, it's like it's not healthy. And I think our generation again, we're entering this phase of like more mental health and more. We're entering the mental stability phase, the physical health phase, with the financial stability. Like everybody at our age right now is so interested in just being a better them that I think that now these conversations are important to have. Like, yes, before you get into a relationship, it is important to know what you want. It is important to have some, independent goals aside from relationship goals. Right. Not everything is Keisha Neal and Gucci Mane relationship goals. Like, do your own, be your own person. Do what you want to do first. And then when you meet that person, that you'll know it's a great relationship when y'all want the same shit. Right. That's why these open relationships conversation with the right person would never be an issue because y'all want the same stuff. If it is an issue, then you either with the wrong person or you not the person that you need to be in an open relationship with. Yeah. Leave it the fuck alone. It's just not your time.
And somebody said it, and they said it best. Every relationship goes through changes, no matter what the relationship is. And I think that's a real truth. Because right now, today, I can be in a relationship with you, and we can have an open relationship, and we can want the same things. And in 3 years from now, we both want something the fuck different. You know what I'm saying? And that could be in a monogamous relationship. I could be in a monogamous relationship with somebody who wants something, and in 3 years from now, we want two different things. Mm-hmm. And if you are not meeting me where I'm at, guess what? Chuck deuces and we're out. So,
yeah, that's true. I think we relationships that no longer benefit us out of expectation, out of societal expectation, out of the expectation that African American women are to hold it together, to be strong regardless. We gonna hold by, we gonna stick by our man. We gonna ride it out our man. But the whole time you losing so much of yourself. Like,
But I don't know that we're there as much anymore as we used to be. Now we're like,
yeah, now we on that.
she said that
But I mean, you know, and I think a lot of it has to do with like the involvement of African American women. We're business owners. We're the largest population of, you know, of college graduates. You know, those, as we entered into a new phase of our life, as our standpoint is in society, we've entered new ways to demand things from our relationships that we were not able to demand before. You're gonna pay these fucking bills. Why? Because I said so.
but we're still that anyway.
Right. Yes, they
That was
used
an
to.
expectation because women were not at work.
Right.
I think a lot of things have changed now that women are at work.
Oh, we fucked the
That's
game
not
up.
just black women though.
It's
That's
all women.
period.
If I could go back in time, I'd be like, nigga, y'all got this. If I don't have to work like this.
Yes, that's what I said.
No, I don't want that.
Bitch voted for working. What the fuck?
I'm all for it. I said
Let me tell you how dumb that bitch was.
I'm so dumb. I've been sitting there for listen, dumb bitch. Bitches was skinnier when they didn't have to work.
I'm sorry. I'm all for this shit.
And we all
I feel like income
to afford fucking shit now.
That's the way we're all
I feel like I'm with the shit because
Let me go back in time for like
okay, so I was in a relationship with this nigga. I met him. He had no fucking job. He had shit but a fucking voucher because the fuck he was a vet. Right? That's all he had, and that's legit. And I had everything. I had my own house, my own car, did everything, had a good job, all this stuff. He was demanding shit as if he got the fuck up and went to work every day.
Then we leave those
I was paying all of the fucking bills. I was buying everything. I was sponsoring the turn up. I was buying clothes because I'm cute, so I want to go out. We not about to go out, and I'm cute. And you looking however you look. So now I got to buy you clothes. Now I got to get your hair cut and all of this shit. And so my point is, niggas already entitled to shit, whether they have it or not. So I'm all for working and having my independence because whenever I'm ready to get the fuck away from your trifling wanna be fucking
able to do it.
ass, I'm gonna pack my shit up and I'm gonna go. And I'm not gonna worry about splitting no dividends or no fucking nothing because I got my own shit. I'm gonna Shawnee O'Neal the fuck out your ass, nigga. I'm gonna ask you for money and fucking invest that shit. When the fuck it's time, when shit hit the fan, when it's time for us to part ways, I'm gonna have so much more money than you. You're gonna be like, well shit, bitch, let's pay back.
But do you think that changes the nature of relationships? The fact that men do know that now? That wasn't a thing like 50 years ago. That was not a thing. You just packing up and going. Where are you going? You're going to your mom's house. You're going to your sister's house. And then you'll probably be back because
I
they
make sure things was handled.
They also remember back in the day, the version of what we see now is Papa was a Rolling Stone.
I was gonna say, but it kept
Stuff has always been
but it kept families dynamics together, right? Because
It did, but there were a lot of
mom and daddy were together, even though daddy was a fucking asshole. Mom and daddy was
But
together.
that didn't always work well. Women.
a lot of lack of communication and a lot of lack of consent.
That's
to
that. That situation alone, I wish it would have never happened because those situations created us. Those Papa was a Rolling Stone, Mama just stayed because it's for the family. Created mental health, mental illness problems within women, emotional issues within women, and taught our young children or male children that they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and they taught our daughters that we have to put up with it. And then now we are here and we have technology. We're so far advanced. We have all of this knowledge. We're college educated, and we're like, this is wrong. Now we gotta fucking rewire ourselves, and we have to reteach ourselves how to maneuver in a society that we were never taught to maneuver in. And that goes for a lot of shit, right? In life, period, but in relationships specifically regarding this topic, we don't know how to maneuver in a world full of, oh, well, now that you're independent, go ahead and do it yourself, but now I'm gonna go sue your ass for $30 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, as women became more independent, men became more bitch-like.
Right.
Facts.
My baby father's a bitch.
Right?
Real bitch-like. And it's terrible. But, I mean, that's the problem that we're dealing with. But I would rather keep my independence and just step over these bitch-ass niggas than for all these men to be men and me have to suck a nigga dick and kiss a nigga ass to keep my fucking house. Yeah, I'm not with that shit.
This is true. I don't ever want to stay in a relationship and lose myself in that relationship. So yes, we can have goals together as a couple and things that we want to accomplish together, but I'm not going to forget about all the things that I wanted to do before I even knew that you was a human being on this planet. I need to still take care of me because, again, this relationship could go anywhere. We could, die of natural causes, sitting together, holding hands on a park bench, and that's beautiful.
So cute.
But, you know what I mean? But we could also break up next month. And then what? I put all my shit aside for this shit that we do together, that now we have to split and try to figure out who did what and divide pots and pans and spoons in a drawer. Like, we don't have time for that. You need to have your individuality as well as what you want to do in the relationship together. And again, going back to what you said with the foundation, all these ducks need to be in a row before we invite anybody else in, because that's only going to bring about problems for us in our relationship. If we good, and you want to bring somebody else in, okay, not Rose, y'all, that's not gonna work for me. But
it will work, Mr. Shine.
But
that's the average.
If you're gonna be fucking someone else, we're all fucking someone else. It's not gonna be one-sided. Let's do it together.
I mean, I just imagine myself when I get to the point of being let's say I'm in a monogamous relationship, considered an open relationship, I imagine myself being so in love with this person and so connected with this person on another level, with the energy just floating around the house. You walk in the house and you're like, what is that? I suddenly feel like I can accomplish anything. Like, I want that with whomever I'm with, and I swear to God, even if he says, yo, let's do an open relationship where you fuck whoever you fucking and I'm fucking whoever I'm fucking, I probably 9 times out of 10 would be okay with that shit. Because I know, like, there's something about energy that past shit, it cancels all that shit out. That, to me in the past, it doesn't matter. Because I feel something different from you, and I'm trusting you on a different level than I could have trusted anyone else before. I'm trusting you with my heart. I'm trusting you with everything. And I feel like those are the only, and this is, I mean, pretty much the common agreement with this whole topic, is those are the relationships that open relationship conversations should be a part of. There is no open relationships if there's a broken relationship. Right. Open where?
Great point. Somebody asked me, I brought up this conversation with someone else, and they were like, so what if a person you're just starting out with, and they're like, yeah, I want an open relationship?
No.
Where does that
Absolutely not.
That is,
they were like, so
seriously.
right. So, but is that not just being honest about what you are?
It's
I'm not saying you're gonna find someone that's gonna say yes, but you might. Or even if you make open relationship an option, and they're great, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that sounds great to me, because they want to cheat from the door.
Then don't
wait, no,
relationship.
I wanna fix my statement. So when we started dating, I was completely okay if Kyle wanted to have outside relationships.
So that was from the door.
From the jump, all I said to Kyle was, if you're doing something, be honest with me, let me know. Don't let me sneak through your phone and have to find out, which is crazy. So, I checked everything. Listen, Skype was
I
checked.
have time to check. I can check my
Skype was
I
checked.
got
What's that thing
time.
called? How was that app that you
I'm not
use?
doing my paycheck in there.
Listen, every single media channel that you can find, receipts was checked, everything was checked. I would be cooking dinner, walk over your shoulder like, oh, why are you looking at flights to here? You don't know nobody.
And who you going with?
Okay. So that worked for you.
For me, complete and open honesty is something that I personally value. Like, you can do whatever you want as long as you hide no details whatsoever from me. I'm good.
Don't let me find anything out.
So, from the jump, I was probably the chick that's be like, and I've done this with my other relationships. Like, all the guys that I dated prior to had sex with other women. Every single one of them. I was like, oh, okay, how was your day? And I was chilling. I was cool with it.
So would you?
When a girl started calling my phone, I had a problem.
Would you need to know about every single encounter? Like, if you came home, you're chilling, you asked him how his day was, are you expecting for that to be a part of the conversation?
Yeah.
I thought Keisha today.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, cool. Then we can wait 6 months.
Y'all can go be in an open relationship outside of this house, but you not putting Keisha in the bed
Let me tell you why. Because at that point in time, I was dating. And I feel like you should be feeling out every single channel that is out there. You don't know what you want in a relationship. That person don't know what they want in a relationship. Feel whoever you want to feel. Oh, date. Experience other people. Get to know other people. Get to know yourself and what it is that you want. But be honest with where it is. If you decide that, hey, I'm really into you, but there's this girl, I think I'm falling for her, be like, okay, we can stay friends. We can hit up the movies next week. We good.
That just brings up
Tricky.
So I think
And that's
a
me personally, and that's what worked for me. I am still very close with my exes. Extremely close. And they all had relationships with other people. And I'm just like, alright, cool. You alright?
I think for a lot of guys, they get so afraid. Their number one issue with getting into a relationship is that they are not able to still have sex and stuff with other females. This conversation is, I feel, a light into the minds of women where we actually don't give a fuck if you besides Rose, if you
honest.
just it's honesty,
3 out of 5.
transparency, transparency,
I'm not.
and it's
transparency.
maturity and
Would you not rather that person to be honest and be like, hey, this is what's happening, so you can decide for yourself.
I know where you're going.
But then,
Like, I'm saying,
who's
if
side chick? Are
if
you
the
side
answer
chick or
is no,
she's side
then the
chick?
answer is no.
That's
Like,
the question.
If the answer is no, the answer is no. And then we have to figure out whether we actually belong together. I think, like I said, there's different stages for different people. You can have 2 people that are made for each other. Stick with us, man.
Who the fuck is the side chick?
Well, I think we all came, that's a good point. We all came from the assumption that we're the main, right?
Right.
We never actually today, and we can't today because it's not. But we never considered the fact that we might be on the side. And what if that? What if we're the
side chick? Does that?
I'm
Like in my own face, like even if I know that somebody that I'm dealing with or have dealt with has another person, significant other, I just don't feel like I'm the side chick. I feel like I'm the bitch that know all this shit, and I'm laughing at the bitch that don't. Now, I've been that bitch before, and that's some fucked up shit. But I'm just gonna be honest.
Are we okay with being the side chick?
I was not. I think it's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm the bitch who just got it in. Let's take that nigga back home to his bitch.
Let me tell you how I knew I was not the side chick. The last guy, one of those guys. He had sex with another girl.
Okay.
This girl decided to call me after some time, and she was like, "Oh, this is my relationship, whatever." And I went, "Oh, okay, that's nice, that's great. If he wants it, he can have you. I don't care. Good luck." And I called him. No, he called me. he called me and he was like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, okay, this is what happened. And he's like, oh wait, no. And we both went, saw the chick. He laid into her. Why would you call her phone? This is her. Why would you do this?
Oh.
Don't ever do this. I'm like,
And
I
you didn't
personally
even care
don't
that
care. I personally don't care. Listen, if he wants to be with you, it's all good.
But maybe
I
it's
don't care.
important. It was important for him to have the clarity. Like never ever forget that it's important. Some things that we don't see value in, like there may be a process or a conversation that we see no value in because we're comfortable in it. It needs to happen for the sake of the other person just working through it. I mean, we all put up with conversations, and men put up with conversations from us that they are beyond,
Yeah.
frankly.
But I'm
And
never
we
the
have to
side
have
chick.
it, you know?
Never the side chick.
Never the side chick.
That's true.
Always the man.
I mean, I feel like most people have been deciding something. It's all about your perspective. My perspective is I'm the shit, so I can't ever be
It's
this.
tricky because you're like, okay, I'm the one that knows everything. I can't be a side chick, but you decide.
But no, so I feel like
That's why
Like,
my
my
perspective is no one ever knows everything. There is
You
nobody that
so
knows everything.
my perspective is not like, oh, I know everything. I'm better than her, stuff like that. It's kind of like your situation is your situation. I'm getting what I want from you. Kind of like how you had said earlier, like women have now taken on that mentality of a man. I feel like I'm a nigga with a vagina. Like,
My mom
Okay,
said
you
that's
got
what
a
my mother wanted from me.
alright, that's cool, cause I'm not really interested in that. By 10:30, no later than drop them drawers, like nigga. And then after that, you got to go because I don't want to share my weed. So bye. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really about perspective, and that also is telling of the types of relationships, open relationships that you can have. Is the person's perspective on relationships or open relationships the same as yours? Like everybody has to be on the same page, but I guess I would never be on the same page with a bitch that considers herself the main bitch because I ain't never been a side bitch.
And on that note, that is all that we have time for tonight. I will be doing this again because this was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for being a part of this and helping me celebrate Crunch and Cookies 1 year anniversary. Thank you to all my cookie followers. Make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Crunch and Cookies 16. Send me your Hey Rose letters to crunchandcookies16 at gmail.com. And remember, at Crunch and Cookies, nothing is too risque.